Mara Vance's console erupted in static. A faint, scrambled distress ping clawed through the noise. Princess Salith Rix's ident code pulsing from the shuttle's debris field. She locked coordinates. Her fingers flew across the panel. The ping weakened, choked by enemy jammers. Rescue actual. This is Vance. Confirm ping origin. Her voice cut sharp over the fleet channel. Static hissed back. Then Commander Hesk Torva's gravelly tone filled the cockpit. Negative, Vance. Stand down. Shuttle's gone cold. Debris confirms total loss. Mara's jaw tightened. She patched into the salvage drone feed. Twisted metal spun lazily in the void, tagged with Rick's Alliance markers. One chunk pulsed faint life signs. Not total. She amplified the signal. Weak vitals. Princess is alive. Torva's response dragged. Risk assessment complete. Hostiles inbound from Cade's syndicate. Extraction window closed. Abort order signed. Mara's eyes narrowed at the shared log. Torva's digital signature glowed green. Official abandonment. He recalled the team, citing containment of wider crisis. She hit record. The order captured, time-stamped, encrypted for leverage. Logged, Commander. For the record. Vance, that's an order. Torva's voice hardened. Return to formation, or face charges. She killed the channel. No time for debate. The nearest salvage skiff bobbed in the hangar bay, unmanned and fueled. Mara bolted from her station. Boots pounded grated deck. Alarms whooped as she overrode the skiff's lockout. Dr. Ilin Soro blocked the ramp, meaty pad in hand. The alien medic's frilled crest flared in alarm.
Human, you can't. Out of my way, Doc.
Soro stumbled but grabbed her arm with surprising strength. Torva recalled everyone. Syndicate patrols that field. You'll die. Mara met her gaze. Princess doesn't get a vote in that. Soro's grip slackened. Her eyes flicked to Mara's console feed still open on the ping. You're insane. Humans always push too far. Mara sealed the ramp. Thrusters ignited. The skiff lurched free, burning hot toward the debris. Hostile space loomed. Syndicate raiders ghosted the edges. Vecron Kade's profit hounds, selling routes to the highest bidder. Mara plotted a slingshot evasion, using wreck momentum. Her scanner pinged contacts. 3 Syndicate interceptors peeled off, engines flaring. Skiff inbound, this is Cade. A smooth voice slithered over open freak. Power down. We claim salvage. Mara ignored him. She dumped decoys. Flares and ghost signals mimicking a crippled engine. Interceptors scattered, chasing phantoms. She slipped into the debris cloud. Twisted hull fragments whipped past. Mara matched spin on the largest chunk. Magnetic grapples locked. 0G breach kit deployed. She cycled the airlock, cut her torch slicing hull plate. Inside, atmosphere vented in thin wisps. Mara swept her beam. Blood smears led to a sealed pod. The princess huddled there, Salith Rix, scales dulled, ceremonial robes torn. Her multifaceted eyes widened at the intruder. Human. Salith's voice rasped through translator implant. Torva sent you? Mara knelt, scanning wounds. Concussion, fractures, internal bleeding. Torva signed you off. I'm not him. Salith recoiled. Abort order? He abandoned me? Recorded it myself. Mara injected stabilizer. Hold still. We're leaving. Alarms blared. Syndicate boarders breached the outer hull. Boots clanging closer. Salith clutched Mara's arm. They want me broken. Confession vid for the crisis. My house's war if I yield. Mara hauled her up. Not today. They staggered through smoke-filled corridors. Mara fired suppression rounds at shadows. Syndicate grunts in powered armor. One lunged. Mara sidestepped, drove her elbow into its joint. Armor cracked. The grunt crumpled. Salith stared. You fight like no Rix operative. Improvisation. Mara sealed a bulkhead. Your medic's plan. We adapt. Explosions rocked the wreck. Kade's voice boomed again. Princess, yield. Profitable for all. Mara patched to the skiff. Remote thrusters primed. She shoved Salith into the evac tube. Go. I'll cover. Salith hesitated, eyes fierce. No betrayal. Take my code. Royal off. Fleet will listen. Mara grinned. Keep it. Leverage later. Boarders hammered the door. Mara rigged charges. Salvaged power cells wired hot. Blast ripped the corridor. She dove into the tube. Grapples retracted. Skiff peeled away. Interceptors reformed pursuit. Mara punched evasive bursts. Debris as shield. Fleet channel crackled. Torva. Vance, report. You're off mission. Target acquired. Mara transmitted Salith's vitals. Abort order evidence attached. Rally pickup, or I go rogue. Silence. Then Soro's voice cut in. Vitals stable. Human hack kept her alive. Torva, override your damn order. Torva growled assent. Escort wings launched. Kade's interceptors closed. Mara vector tracked their lead ship. Vec, your buyers lose today. Foolish loyalty. Cade laughed. She breaks soon. Mara fired skiff torpedo. Salvage drone modded lethal. It gutted the lead interceptor. Others broke off. Fleet escorts arrived, lasers stitching Boyd. Skiff docked hard. Mara carried Salith to medbay. Sora waited, kit ready. The medic's crest relaxed as she took over. You pulled it off. Stubborn ape. Salith gripped Mara's hand. Scales warmed. Trust signal. You refused the easy path. My houses owe you. Mara shrugged. Targets don't get left. Torva stormed in, flanked by security. Vance, that recording, insurance. Mara faced him. Necessary loss? She's breathing. He glared, then nodded curt. Crisis contained. For now. Salith straightened on the slab. Not contained, Commander. Broadcast the truth. My confession dies unmade. Torva's frills drooped. Cade's network stirred. Raiders massing for retaliation. Mara checked her console. Fresh pings. Syndicate reinforcements inbound. She reloaded her kit. One target down. The real fight brewed. Mara's plasma torch bit into the shuttle's fractured hull. Molten edges glowed orange. She carved a meter-wide gash, ignoring the acrid bite of vaporized alloy in her breather mask. Hull breached. Mara wedged her shoulders through. Wreckage groaned under strain. Inside, Princess Salith slumped against a buckled console. Her iridescent scales dulled to gray. Respirator hissed erratic, cracked seal, atmosphere leaking. Princess Mara Vance, extraction now. Mara clamped her mag gloves to the frame. She hauled Salith's limp form free, scales scraping her armored suit. Dead weight. Mara dragged her across debris. 5 meters to the skiff hatch. Skiff airlock cycled. Mara dumped Salith onto the deck, sealed it shut. Alarms blared. Hostile patrol pinged proximity. Salith convulsed. Her gill frills fluttered uselessly. Respirator tube ruptured further. Fine mist of blood-flecked oxygen. Can't breathe. Hold still. Mara yanked her multi-tool. Field tape unspooled. Emergency gel primed. Princess's multi-lidded eyes fixed on her. Claws twitched toward a ceremonial dagger at her belt. No hero moves. Mara pinned the claw. Slapped tape over the respirator crack. Squeezed gel into the seal. It foamed, hardened in seconds. Human field expedient. Alien biocompatible. Hiss stopped. Salith's frills stabilized. Chest rose even. You fixed it. Salith rasped through the mask. Voice modulator clicked. Improvised seal. My medics use full cryopods. Works. Mara strapped Salith into the jump seat. Strap in. We drift. Console lit. Patrol sweep inbound. 3 interceptors. Cade's syndicate mark. Mara killed the skiff's drive cold. No thrust signature. RCS offline. They tumbled into the debris field. Scrap clouds engulfed them. Shattered hulls from the ambush spun lazy. Skiff blended. Another wreck. Interceptors ghosted past. Scan beam swept. Missed. Salith shifted. Commander Torva ordered abort. You defied. Logged it. Mara patched helmet cam to fleet command. Target acquired. Vitals. Pulse steady. O2 nominal. Abort order. Evidence attached. Rally pickup, or I go rogue. Static. Then Torva's voice crackled. Vance. Off mission. Return empty. Negative. Mara vectored the skiff manually. Gloved nudges on cold thrusters. Kept drift natural. Salith's claws gripped the armrest. He abandons me to contain scandal. My confession. Save it. Mara. Eyes locked on scopes. Interceptor looped back. No lies start now. Cade's voice cut in. Relayed open channel. Vance. Broker here. Princess breaks soon. Buyers pay premium intact. Buyers lose. Mara armed the torpedo tube. Salvage drone modded. Warhead packed. Salith tensed. You fight for a liability? Mara fired. Torpedo streaked silent. Slammed lead interceptor's belly. Bloom of fire. Others scattered. Fleet escorts pinged arrival. Skiff thrummed. Mara lit hot. Full burn to rendezvous. Docking clamps engaged hard. Mara unstrapped Salith. Hoisted her over shoulder. Fireman's carry. Human standard. Medbay hatch hissed open. Dr. Ilin Sora waited. Scanner raised. Her crest feathers flat. Doubt. Mara deposited Salith on the slab. Respirator hack holding. Check it. Soro scanned. Crest perked. Stable. Human gel bonds to scale tissue. Improvisation kept her alive. Targets don't get left. Mara peeled off gloves. Checked console. Syndicate reinforcements inbound. Torva stormed in. Flanked by 2 security drones. Frills rigid. Vance. That recording. Delete it. Insurance. Mara faced him square. Booted the file to secure relay. Necessary loss? She's breathing. He glared. Mandibles clicked. Nodded curt. Crisis contained. For now. Salith pushed up. Respirator misted clear. Not contained, Commander. Broadcast the truth. My confession dies unmade. Torva's frills drooped. You'd ignite war. Houses fracture. Truth binds. Salith's gaze shifted to Mara. Scales warmed. Subtle flush. Trust signal among her kind. Mara caught it. Nodded back. Rest. Rest. Human pulled it off. Stubborn ape. Kade's laugh echoed on open channel. Foolish loyalty. Raiders mass for retaliation. Console pinged. Mara reloaded her kit. Multi-tool clicked home. Fresh vectors plotted. 1 target down. Real fight brewed. Skiff extraction complete, but syndicate shadows thickened. Mara vectored rally point. Escorts formed wedge. Torva on bridge feed. Vance, stand down. We negotiate. No. Mara throttled up. Princess assets first. Salith gripped Mara's arm from medslab. You refuse easy betrayal. Rule 1. Mara met her eyes. No lies. No hero moves. Follow commands. Repeat. Salith's frills quivered, claws flexed. Then, no lies. No hero moves. Follow commands. Good. Mara sealed the pact, trust built in repetition. Raider signatures spiked, 20+ Kade's horde. Fleet lasers stitched void. Mara slipped the net. Debris faint again. Soro patched through. Human maneuvers unorthodox, effective. Torva grunted assent, override abort. Full escort, too late for pride. Mara grinned under helmet. Human perseverance. Aliens called it miracle. Lead raider locked. Mara jinked skiff. Counterfire spat. Salith whispered, why me? Liability. You marked. Mara evaded. I extract. Shields buckled. Alarm wailed. Mara dumped power to forward arrays. Rerouted civilian hack. Fleet groaned at the strain. Raider exploded. Path cleared. Docking beacon flared. Mara nursed the skiff in. Airlock cycled. Mara carried Salith again. Steady now. Med bay full. Soro took charge. Vitals green. Human nerve saved her. Salith squeezed Mara's hand. Scales hot. Houses loyalty weapon. Torva loomed. Recording secured, but Kade's network stirs. Mara checked feeds. Reinforcements inbound. Heavy cruisers. She reloaded. Kit heavy. Next target? Salith straightened. Me? No. Them. Betrayal's cost mounted. Mara plotted rogue vector. Fleet hesitated. Mara didn't. Drift through scrap resumed. Silent hunt. Kade's voice taunted. Princess breaks. You bleed. Mara armed drone swarm. Watch. Swarm launched. Syndicate probes shredded. Salith watched scopes. Political mind clicked. Flank their broker. Mara adjusted. Commands followed? Commands. Salith smiled. Fanged. Sharp. Trust. Solidified. Human rule bent. Not broken. Torva hailed. Vance, rally. Engaged. Mara closed on Kade's shadow ship. Torpedo away. Direct hit. Broker silent. Fleet caught up. Lasers mopped remnants. Crisis teetered. Mara docked final. Salith stood unaided. You refused easy path. Targets breathe. Mara shrugged. Sorrow crested high. Human resilience. Noted. Torva nodded. Debt acknowledged. But pings renewed. Deeper syndicate stirred. Mara eyed console. Kit ready. Loyalty sharpened. Wider fight ignited. Salith touched Mara's shoulder. Together? Mara nodded. Command stand. Void waited. Human led. Mara slammed the comms panel. Vecron Kade. Priority line. Now. Static crackled. Then his voice slithered through. Smooth. Oily. Vance. The human ghost. What scrapyard do you haunt this cycle? Quiet route. Off-grid. Skiff and passenger. No tails. Laughter echoed. Low. Calculated. Princess cargo? Bold. Corridors yours. Code. Zeta. 7. Theta. 9. Slip through the outer rim debris. Clean exit to neutral drift. Price. Double standard. Upfront. Your account's pinged. Mara transferred the credits. Skiff's console blinked confirmation. She punched the code in. Nav plot shifted. A narrow vein through syndicate scrap fields. Delivered. Cade purred. Don't scratch the paint. Link cut. Mara gripped the controls. Engines hummed low. Salith stirred in the co-pilot harness beside her. Scales pale. Restraints held her upright. Broker trusted? None are. Mara scanned scopes. Debris loomed ahead. Twisted hulls from old wars. Perfect cover. Skiff threaded the needle. 7 corridor lit green. Mara eased throttle. Radiation pinged hull faintly. Manageable. Then scopes blared. 3 blips mirrored her vector. Closing fast. Syndicate hunter drones, same code signature. Mara's jaw tightened. Bastard. She yanked the yoke. Nav rerouted. Plunged toward the storm belt. Gamma bursts flared on sensors. Hull groaned under first waves. Alarms wailed. Salith's claws dug into armrests. Radiation lethal. Human shields fail here, not failing. Mara sealed vents. Boosted inertial dampers. Skiff bucked. Sparks flew from panels. She rode it steady. Eyes locked on scopes. Hunters veered off. Storm too hot for their configs. Debris field cleared. Mara exhaled. Fuel gauge dipped red. Storm leech. Need resupply. Black station ahead. Risky. Salith unbuckled. Wobbled to console. Claws tapped keys. Royal cipher scrolled across screen. Fuel access, my grant. House authority. Mara blocked her hand. Syndicate scans that. Lights us up, or we drift dead. Salith met her gaze. Fangs glinted. Asset now, not burden. Mara paused. Cipher legit. Station beacon pulsed. No other choice. She nodded. Transmit. Salith hit send. Station responded instant. Berth cleared. Fuel priority. Skiff docked hard. Airlock hissed. Mara grabbed her kit. Pulse rifle slung. Stay strapped. No. Salith followed. Steady steps. Political eyes needed. Station corridors reeked of ozone and spice. Shadowy figures slunk past. Mara kept Salith close. Hand on her back. Fuel pumps whirred at berth. Bots loaded cells. Dockmaster approached. Escaled. Syndicate ink on neck. Royal grant. Princess alive. News to brokers. Mara stepped forward. Calm. Fuel and gone. No chatter. He smirked. Kade sends regards. Hunters, inbound. Your corridor gift. The trail confirmed. Mara palmed. Stunner. Who else bought? Confidential. His eyes flicked to Salith. Greedy. Salith spoke. Voice steel. House Rix decrees silence forfeit. Your mark revoked. Dockmaster froze. Cipher verified on his pad. Authority hit. He backed off. Fueled. Clear. Mara hustled Salith aboard. Undocked fast. Scopes lit again. More hunters. Cade's double dip paying off. Trace the broker. Salith said. Cut source. Mara plotted intercept. Skiff burned hot. Your call. Asset. Radiation storm faded behind. Mara wove through fresh debris. Hunters split pursuit, two-tailed direct. One flanked wide. She armed countermeasures. Chaff burst. Drones scattered. Pulse from rifle through canopy ports. One drone shredded. Salith monitored comms. K-Day hails allies. Fleet vectors shift. Show me. Mara glanced. Alien fleet signatures. Torva's command ship loomed distant. Abandonment order logged. Human stubbornness kicked in. Mara never left marked targets. Princess marked from pickup. No abandonment. Skiff dove low. Scrap cover. Second drone closed. Mara rolled evasive. Collision warning screamed. She pulled up sharp. Drone smashed debris. Last hunter fired. Beams grazed hull. Mara returned fire. Hit wing. It spiraled out. Clear. For now. Fuel stabilized. Mara set course deeper. Kade's shadow network pinged faint. You bought betrayal, Salith said. Claws on Mara's arm. To trace. Targets breathe. Mara shrugged. Checked seals. Storm taught resilience. Salith's scales warmed. Trust edged in. Human normal. Extraordinary. Proximity alert. Black station vanished astern. New contacts. Syndicate heavies. Cade's profit chain. Mara boosted. Broker's lair ahead. Ready? Salith nodded. Cipher pad in claws. Command stand. Skiff accelerated. Void split open. Betrayal's trail burned bright. Hull integrity held at 82%. Mara ignored the flicker. Focus on scopes. K-Day's shadow ship ghosted in the outer rim. Broker's den. Unmarked freighter. Armed to teeth. Lock weapons, Mara ordered. Turret word alive. Salith patched royal override. Station chatter spiked. Allies questioned. Syndicate paused. Kade's voice broke calms. Vance. Persistent pest. Princess breaks soon. Turn back. Mara smiled cold. Watch. Torpedo launched. Streaked true. Shadow ship's shields buckled. Secondary blast. Broker went dark. Fleet echoes closed. Torva's hail buzzed. Mara ignored. Docked rough. At rally point. Airlock cycled. Salith stepped out first. Unaided. Mara followed. Kit slung. Torva loomed in bay. Vance. Rogue vector logged. Explained. Target secured. Mara nodded to Salith. Betrayal traced. Broker down. Sorrow scanned Princess. Vitals peak. Human detour saved. Torva's crest flattened. Respect flickered. Debt noted. But Syndicate stirs deeper. Pings renewed. Heavy cruisers inbound. Mara reloaded. Next vector. Salith touched her shoulder. Together. Mara gripped rifle. Commands. Void pressed. Loyalty honed sharp. Crisis widened. Medbay hummed. Sorrow worked fast. Injections primed. Salith lay steady. Mara stood guard. Door sealed. Torva paced outside. Fleet repositions. Abandonment contained. No. Mara's voice cut through. Targets marked. He turned. Reputation risks. Risks taken. She checked feeds. Syndicate reinforcements massed. Cade's network bled, but roots dug deep. Salith called from bay. Vance. Political cipher ready. Rally houses. Mara entered. Princess sat up. Eyes sharp. Broker sold all. Hunters fleet hesitations. Cut higher. Mara nodded. Transmitted burst. Royal decree flooded channels. Allies shifted. Syndicate faltered. Torva burst in. Houses mobilize. Your doing? Assets. Mara shouldered kit. Rescue routine. Sorrow-crested approval. Human improvisation. Clinical miracle. Lasers flashed outside. Fleet engaged remnants. Mara watched scopes. Clean sweeps. But core ping deepened. Syndicate lord stirred. Wider web. Salith stood. Hand in Mara's. Loyalty weapon. Mara let out. Skiff waited. Next target. Drift resumed. Human steered. Princess flanked. Trust forged in betrayal's fire. Reinforcements broke. Lasers carved hulls. Mara plotted escape. Torva's fleet covered. Final dock clamped. Salith walked free. Mara trailed. Kit heavy. Torva saluted. Det eternal, Soro nodded. Resilience catalogued, pings echoed faint. Thermal cutters hissed against the skiff's airlock. Sparks flew in the dim corridor light. Mara Vance slammed the bulkhead panel shut behind her and Salith. Alarms blared. Hull clamps thudded. Pirate hunters locked on. "Console!" Mara barked. She shoved the princess toward the nav station. Salith's iridescent scales flushed pale under the red strobes. The alien's four-fingered hands trembled but gripped the edge. Mara patched into the skiff's grid. Readouts spiked. 4 hunters breached in 30 seconds. Syndicate scum, chasing the broker's bounty on royal blood. She routed power to the outer vents. Air itself would bite back. Salith's voice cut through static. "Vance. They come for me. Guard that console." Mara slapped a stun unit into Salith's palm. The device hummed, its charge coil glowing blue. One job. Touch it, they drop. No heroics. The princess nodded. Her ceremonial robes hung, torn from prior drifts, but her eyes sharpened. Political blade unsheathed. She crouched by the nav screens. Stun unit raised. Breach's seals popped. Cutter whine peaked. Mara sealed the inner hatch and primed the pressure pocket, a narrow antechamber between locks. She overpressurized it from auxiliary tanks. Air density tripled in a heartbeat. The outer airlock blew inward. 4 hunters tumbled through, armored in battered void suits, plasma rifles sweeping. They hit the pocket's thick atmosphere like bricks into gel. Movement slowed, joints locked under the crush. Mara grinned. Human lungs handled density shifts. These xeno-rigs didn't. She triggered the vents. A roar erupted. Compressed air blasted the hunters toward the outer lock. One clawed the bulkhead, servos whining. His faceplate fogged. Mara watched feeds, calm as tuning a plasma drive. They slammed into the ragged breach hole. Hard vacuum yanked them out. Suits ruptured. Bodies twisted, flash frozen in the void. No screams reached the inner hull. Just silence after the whoosh. Salith exhaled. Air, weapon, routine maintenance. Mara unsealed the inner hatch. She stepped into the pocket, rifle up. Frost rimed the walls. Debris floated. Rifle parts a severed gauntlet. She scanned for stragglers. One hunter twitched against the frame. His suit held barely. Mara pinned him with her boot. Rifle muzzle pressed his helmet. Transmit. Now. He gasped through Vox. Syndicate pays triple for live princess. Mara cycled his suit comms. Wrong intel. She's ash. Confirmed dead. His eyes darted. Scaled face. Vecron broker's kin. Same oily avarice. No proof. She thumbed the rifle's charge. Packet or paste. Fingers fumbled his wrist unit. Mara monitored the burst. Target neutralized. Royal corpse confirmed. Bounty void. It beamed to hunter nets, laced with Skiff's ghost signature. Good boy. Mara zip-tied his wrists, dragged him inside. Salith kept the stun unit trained, steady. Mara patched the alien into a restraint chair. Name. Krell, Hunter Pack lead. He spat. Fleet ditched her. Why chase? Loyalty. Mara checked scopes. Syndicate signatures scattered. False packet worked. Torva's fleet held perimeter, but pings deepened ahead. Kade's web tightened. Salith lowered the stun unit. He knows routes. Broker's cuts. Mara nodded. Interrogation next. But Skiff shuddered. Residual clamps sheared free. They drifted into hostile lanes. Nav console beeped. Evasion course. Princess. Mara turned. Salith stood tall now. Stun unit holstered like a scepter. You held. Commands clear. Salith's voice steadied. Humans. Refuse betrayal. Mara slung her rifle. Targets marked. Never leave one. Hull groaned as they accelerated. Mara fed Krell's codes into nav. Shortcuts through asteroid veils. Kadi's black market lanes. Risky but shaved hours off pursuit. Esther Krell laughed wetly. Dead end. Syndicate Lord waits. Your fleet cowers. Torva repositions. Mara ignored him. She patched medbay relay. Doctor, Soro's voice crackled. Vance, fleet stable. Houses rally on Princess Burst, but core ping lord's carrier inbound. Copy. Skiff ghosts through. Mara cut link. She eyed Salith. Cipher? Ready? Princess tapped her temple implant. Decree amplifies. Allies shift. Krell strained bonds. Houses betray for profit. Like Torva. Mara backhanded him. Light. Precise. His head snapped. Quiet. Skiff bucked. Micrometeors pinged hull. Mara adjusted thrust. Sensory feeds hummed. Vibration through deck plates. Ozone tang from overloaded vents. She thrived in it. Routine. Salith watched her work. You vented them. Air obeyed. Physics. Mara plotted jump. Humans improvise. You command. Trust. Built-in glances. Salith handed over a stim patch from her kit. Mara applied it. Focus sharpened. Krell squirmed. Lord breaks her slow. Ceremonial shell cracks. Wider war. Salith stiffened. Mara caught it. Shoulder twitch. Princess hid fear behind poise, but body language lied. Not today. Mara armed escape pods as backup. Never needed, but marked targets demanded prep. Proximity klaxon wailed. Second hunter wave. Flankers evaded the packet. Drones latched stern. Mara cursed. Console princess. Lock course. Salith dashed. Fingers flew over hollow keys. Stun unit ready. Mara hauled Krell to the breach controls. Earn air. Talk. Drones. Codes. He grinned. Or die. She pressed rifle to his gut. Both. He spat sequence. Mara punched it. Drones peeled off. Confused signals looping them into debris field. Skiff surged free, but scopes lit. Torva's voice over open channel. Vance. Fleet pulls back. Reputation demands it. Princess. Contained. The trails echo. Mara gripped console edge. Negative. Target secured. Static. Then Sorrow. Human. Improvisation holds. I cover medevac if you dock. Loyalty forked. Torva chose safe. Sorrow watched humans rewrite odds. Salith's hand touched Mara's arm. Warm scales. Together. Mara nodded, plodded deeper into the veil. Syndicate carrier loomed, massive shadow on long range. Lord stirred. Krell laughed. Endgame. Mara stunned him silent. Body slumped. Skiff dove. Lasers grazed hull. Mara evaded. Human reflexes threading needles aliens called impossible. Salith guarded console. Stun unit hummed. They broke atmosphere shear. False packet rippled wider. Hunters peeled off. Houses mobilized per decree. But carrier ping strengthened. Lord's voice boomed on pirate freaks. Princess lives. Double bounty. Break her will. Crisis widened. Mara checked ammo. One more vector. Salith met her eyes. Loyalty weapon. Hull alarms spiked anew. Fresh clamps thudded. Reinforced borders. Thermal cutters whined. Mara sealed sections. Vents primed again. Air waited to bite. Krell stirred, groggy. More come. Guard him. Mara tossed Salith restraints key. I handle breach. Princess nodded. Locked him tighter. Mara sprinted corridor. Cutters chewed airlock. She flooded pocket double density. Listened to the crush. Hunters breached. 6 this time. Suits bulkier, anti-pressure mods. They pushed through fog-thick air, rifles firing wild. Mara fired first. Plasma bulb vaporized one's faceplate. Vacuum sucked his scream. They adapted. Sealed vents partial. 2 reached inner hatch. Mara rigged explosive decompress. Bulkhead buckled outward. Remaining Mara's shot punched through the final boarder's chest plate. He spun, rifle clattering into the void. The hatch seals hissed shut behind the wreckage. Silence fell, broken only by the skiff's straining engines. Salith dragged Krell's limp form to the hold. Mara sealed the corridor. Status? Secure. Salith's scales gleamed under emergency lights. She locked the pirate leader in a crash cage. Carrier fades. We slip. Mara punched coordinates. Neutral clinic station. 10 minutes burn. The skiff lurched into microjump. Stars blurring. Alarms quieted. Mara slumped against the console. Salith pressed a med patch to her grazed arm. Warm scales brushed skin. Trust solidified in that touch. Docking clamps thudded home at Clinic Station Epsilon. 7. Neutral ground, no questions asked bays. Mara hauled Salith from the airlock. The princess leaned heavy. Plasma burns crisping her ceremonial robes. Ilin Soro waited in the decon bay, scanner humming. Her elongated alien eyes narrowed at the human. Damage report. Now. Thermal scoring. Dehydration. Shock. Mara eased Salith onto the exam slab. Stabilize her. Full neural block if needed. Sorrow's tentacles flicked over controls. Improvised fieldwork. Sloppy. She injected a glowing serum. Salith's eyelids fluttered shut. She rests. You, out. Mara crossed her arms. I stay. Sorrow snorted. Human stubbornness. Fine, but my bay. My rules. Footsteps echoed in the corridor. Heavy boots. Mara tensed, hand drifting to her sidearm. Commander Hesk Torva strode in, flanked by 4 armored security troops. His crest feathers flared red. Rick's house colors. Princess Salith. Under my custody. Now. Sorrow stepped back. Mara planted herself between the slab and the squad. She's stable. Treatment first. Torva's eyes locked on Mara. Human operative. Your contract ended at extraction. Step aside. Mara tapped her wrist calm. Station security feed flickered to life on the bay's main holoscreen. A recorded voice boomed. Torva zone. Abort mission. Princess expendable. Contain fallout. Repeat. Abandon target. Torva's feathers flattened. Troops shifted. Fabricated. Pirate intercept. Timestamped. Logged on your command carrier. Mara amplified the audio. Houses mobilized per your decree. You signed off. Sorrow's tentacles stilled. She glanced between them. Clinic neutral. No detentions without consensus. Torva snarled. Reich's authority supersedes. Squad. Secure her. 2 troops advanced. Mara sidestepped, slamming one's rifle barrel up. It discharged into the ceiling, sparks raining. She drove an elbow into his throat vents. He gagged, dropping. The second swung a stun baton. Mara ducked, grabbed his wrist, twisted. Bones cracked. He howled. Torva drew his sidearm. Stand down, human. Mara rolled behind the exam cart, flipping it for cover. Vials shattered. You abandoned her. I didn't. Sorrow activated bay shields. Force fields snapped up, boxing the troops. Enough. Consensus scan initiating. All parties freeze. Torva holstered, fuming. This delays crisis. Lord's bounty spreads. She breaks. War ignites. Mara peeked over the cart. Salith stirred on the slab, eyes cracking open. Princess locked gazes with her rescuer. Silent nod. Station klaxons wailed. Lights dimmed to red. Lockdown protocol. All corridors seal. Evacuate to hubs. Sorrow cursed. Breach alert. External hack. Mara's comm buzzed. Anonymous ping. Princess Corridor 4B. Clean extract. Payment wired. Vekron Kade's signature watermark. Trap. Mara yanked Salith upright. Serum haze cleared fast. Royal physiology. We move. Torva barked orders. His squad bashed at shields. Sorrow patched event override. Go. I hold them. Mara slung Salith's arm over her shoulder. They sprinted the con hallway. Scales pressed warm against her side. Trust me? Always. Salith gripped tighter. Corridor 4B loomed. Lockdown bulkheads groaned half shut. Shadows shifted ahead. Ambush silhouettes. Bekron's brokers. Hooded. Rifles glinting. Mara shoved Salith behind a service panel. Stay low. First broker lunged. Mara met him mid-stride. Knee to groin vents. He folded. She snatched his rifle. Fired. Burst. 2 more dropped. Armor smoking. Vekron's voice purred from a hidden speaker. Human. Impressive. But bounty triples. Hand her over. Mara sprayed the ceiling vents. Speakers popped. Sell out. Salith tossed a loose conduit wrench. It cracked a broker's helmet. Mara finished him with a stock strike. Last broker charged. Mara sidestepped, tripped him into the closing bulkhead. Gears ground his arm. Silence. Mara hauled Salith up. Clear. For now. Salith winced, but stood firm. Your loyalty, weapon. They dashed past bodies. Station schematics glowed on Mara's wrist. Emergency dock ahead. But fresh boots thundered from the cross corridor. Torva's voice echoed. Flank them! She's liability, Sorrows. Comm crackled in Mara's ear. Hijacked channel. Human saved my bay. Go. I jammed their scans. Mara plotted detour. Human reflexes mapped turns aliens lagged on. They slid under a descending grate. Vecron's laugh filtered through vents. Lockdown cycles. No escape. Salith's claws dug in. Carrier inbound. Father's decree twisted. Mara checked ammo. Low. One skiff left. We burn for it. They burst into auxiliary bays. Mara's vessel waited, clamps retracting auto. But figures blocked the ramp. Torva's squad. Rifles trained. End of line, human. Torva leveled his weapon. Princess secured. You? Collateral. Salith stepped forward. Commander, recorded aboard treason. Torva sneered. Reputation first. Houses demand clean narrative. Mara fired first. From the hip. Trooper dropped. Chaos erupted. She dragged Salith behind crates. Bolts scorched metal. Salith primed a stolen grenade. Together. Mara nodded. They hurled it. Blast wave hurled troops back. Mara sprinted ramp. Salith matching stride. Clamps released. Skiff rocketed free. Torva's shots glanced off shields. Station receded. Salith slumped in co-pilot. Safe? Mara scanned scopes. Clean, for now. One vector left. Proximity ping screamed. Syndicate interceptors swarmed from asteroid shadow. Vecron's voice hailed open freak. Welcome back, prey. But a new signal cut through. Rick's house dreadnought. Crest codes authentic. Princess Salith. Surrender to custody. Father's orders. Salith paled. They come with chains. Mara gripped controls. Engines roared. Humans rewrote odds. Again. Alarms wailed as blast doors slammed shut. Mara Vance yanked the clinic wing's power conduit from its mount. Sparks died. Lights flickered black. Salith crouched beside her. Iridescent scales dimmed in shadow. The alien princess clutched a stolen pulse pistol, claws scraping tile. Mara signaled. 2 fingers up, then right. Maintenance hatch. Silent crawl. Salith nodded, eyes wide but steady. They pried the grate free. Mara slid in first, boots scraping narrow duct. Heat vents hummed faint. She pulled Salith after. Vents carried echoes. Boots thumped corridors. Torva's squad. Fan out. Princess contained. Mara mapped the shafts from memory. Station schematics burned in her mind. Every rescue drilled them. She tapped Salith's arm. Forward. Slow. Claws clicked soft behind. Salith matched her pace. Human reflexes turned blind turn sharp. Aliens lagged on 0J pivots. Mara smirked in dark. A grate loomed ahead. Clinic sublevel. Mara peered out. Empty hall. She signed, wait. Footsteps neared. Dr. Ilin Soro burst from side door, medkit banging thigh. Vance, you cut power? Mara waved her in. Soro dove through grate, cursing in Rick's gutturals. Torva's locking sectors.
You're mad. Works.
Mara pointed ahead. Shaft to bays. You with us? Soro scanned with med device. Glow lit her feathered crest. Stim first. Your vitals crash. Needle bit Mara's neck. Fire surged veins. Heart hammered steady. Soro pocketed injector. I take point. Scanner pings motion. Mara nodded. Soro crawled ahead. Device chirping low. Red dots flickered. Patrols closing. They emerged in service tube. Maglifts hummed vertical. Mara eyed control panel. Torva's voice barked comms. Thermal on shafts. Flush 'em. Soro scanner spiked. Squad inbound. Lift shaft, 20 seconds. Mara grinned. My trap. She overrode panel. Lift doors hissed open. False floor engaged. Emergency protocol. Human rigged from last drill. Salith gripped her shoulder. Risky. Calculated. Mara fired burst into ceiling sensor. Sparks rained. Alarms confused. Torva's squad rounded corner. Rifles swept. There. Mara beckoned from shaft mouth. Princess, drop weapons. They charged. Boots pounded deck. Mara slammed emergency stop midway. Lift car plunged. Then locked between decks. Thuds and curses echoed. Soro's scanner cleared. Trapped. 10 minutes to override. Mara sealed hatch. Enough. They sprinted tube. Salith kept stride. Ceremonial robes shed for utility vest. Vents rattled. Vecron's laugh slithered through. Lockdown cycles complete. No escape, little royal. Salith snarled. Claws flexed. Mara checked her sidearm. Clips low. Open comm panel glowed. Salith lunged. Vecron Kade, broker of betrayals. Pause. Then silk smooth. Princess, your father's decree twists fates. Carrier inbound. Surrender. Profit us both.
Salith's voice iced. Counterdeal.
Route codes to auxiliary bays. My house pays double your syndicate cut. Transmit now. Mara froze. Risky bluff. But Salith's eyes locked hers. Trust earned in shafts. Vecron chuckled. Amusing, but Torva bids higher. 15 seconds. Pray. Salith punched override. Codes or exposure. Your double deal with Hesk. Logged. Silence stretched. Then data pinged. Base schematics unlocked. 10 seconds bought. Enjoy the view. Mara yanked Salith back. Run. They burst into auxiliary bays. Mara's skiff squatted under clamps, engines pre-warmed. Ramp cycled open. Figures blocked it. Torva's squad. Backup breached the trap. Rifles trained. End of line human. Torva leveled his weapon. Crest flared. Princess secured. You, collateral. Salith stepped forward, pistol raised. Commander. Recorded abort treason. Houses demand truth. Torva sneered. Reputation first. Clean narrative saves alliances. Mara fired first. Hip shot dropped lead trooper. Chaos bloomed. She dragged Salith behind crates. Bolts scorched metal. Grenade? Salith primed stolen orb. Together, Mara nodded. They hurled. Blast wave hurled troops back. Ears rang. Mara sprinted ramp. Salith matched stride. Clamps retracted auto. Skiff rocketed free. Torva's shots glanced shields. Station receded. A metal tomb cracked open. Sciolith slumped co-pilot.
Safe?
Mara scanned scopes. Clean, for now. One vector left. Proximity ping screamed. Syndicate interceptors swarmed asteroid shadow. Vecron's voice hailed Open Freak. Welcome back, prey. A new signal cut through. Rick's house dreadnought. Crest codes authentic. Princess Salith. Surrender to custody. Father's orders. Salith paled. Claws digging seat. They come with chains. No trial. Engines roared to max. Human hands rewrote physics. Thrust vectors aliens shunned as suicide. Sorrow strapped in jump seat. Stim fading. Dreadnought outguns us 10-1. Watch. Mara jinked into debris field. Interceptors peeled off. Cautious. Dreadnought loomed. Tractor beams lancing. Salith touched Mara's arm. Why? Easy betrayal. Father's word law. Mara evaded beam. Marked you. Never leave one behind. Scanner pinged. Syndicate broke off. Vecron's profit shifted. Dreadnought closed. Sorrow's device beeped. Incoming hail. Priority. Mara patched through. Hesk Torva's face filled screen, bruised from trap. Vans. Stand down. Princess, your rescue sanctioned now. House amends. Liar. Mara saw the twitch. Sanctioned after I did the work? Torva's eyes narrowed. Practicality. Join us. Salith leaned in. Abort logged. Play it. Torva cut feed. Tractors locked. Mara triggered countermeasures. EMP burst. Human mod. Fried alien locks. Skiff lurched free. Sorrow gaped. Impossible. Reich's shield shrugged those. Not this calibration. Mara plotted slingshot around asteroid. G-forces pinned them. Interceptors reformed. Dreadnought pursued. Salith's comm buzzed personal. Father's voice distorted. Daughter, return. Betrayers culled. Salith hesitated. Trap. Mara checked scopes. Third vector neutral relay station jump capable. We test it. Burned engines hot. Relay beacon locked. Syndicate fired warning shots. Dreadnought gained. Tractors grazed. Human stubbornness. Lethal. Mara smiled. Loyalty's the weapon. Jump drive spooled. Stars stretched. Syndicate bolts missed. They hyperspaced out. Clean jump. Salith exhaled. Where to? Mara set course. Fringe world. Unaligned. Build trust first, then your throne. Sorrow monitored vitals. Pulse steady. All green. But scopes pinged aft. Dreadnought echo. Tracking beacon, Mara cursed soft. Vacron's gift, she purged systems. Race renewed. Humans endured. Mara clamped her hand around Salith's wrist and sprinted across the fringe station's docking bay. Blaster fire scorched the deck plating behind them. Syndicate thugs poured from the arriving shuttle, eyes locked on the princess. "Freighter ramp, now!" Mara shouted. Salith stumbled, her ceremonial robes tangling. Mara scooped her up, one-armed boots pounding grated metal. The battered hauler's airlock yawned open ahead, cargo drones scattering like startled vermin. Dr. Ilin Soro matched pace, medkit slung over her shoulder. Human lungs burn vacuum. How do you run? Practice. Mara hurled Salith through the hatch. She dove after, slapping the override. The freighter's ramp whined shut as bolts pinged off hull. Captain's voice crackled over intercom. No passengers. Launch in 60. Launch in 10. Mara jammed her stolen access spike into the console. Alarms screamed. Engines thrummed to life. Soro braced against bulkhead. "You're hijacking a neutral vessel?" Hot extraction. Mara strapped Salith into a jump seat. The princess's scales paled, eyes wide. "Trust me." Freighter shuddered. Thrusters fired wild. Mara gripped console as G-forces slammed them. Viewports filled with station lights, and interceptor silhouettes swarming. "They're on us," Soro yelled. Mara punched evasive pattern. Freighter bucked, dodging plasma lances. A tractor beam grazed, sparks flying from emitters. She rolled ship hard, slinging past a fuel tender. Collision klaxons blared. Salith gripped armrests. "They'll board." Not today. Mara patched into freighter's black market net. Vecron's fixer logs flickered up. Double-sold routes, princess cords leaked to Syndicate and Torva both. "Got the bastard!" She encrypted burst, targeted Torva's chain of command. "Commander Hesk Torva, your pet broker sold you out. Logs attached. Princess alive. Explain to your admirals." Transmission fired mid-roll. Interceptor volley clipped aft stabilizer. Freighter spun. Alarms howling. Soro injected stabilizer hypo into her neck. "That data? Stolen?" "Bought cheap before pickup." Mara righted the ship. Dreadnought blip swelled on scopes. Torva's flagship, closing fast. He twitched on hail. New. Freighter captain burst onto bridge, tentacles flailing. "You idiots! Dumping you at next rock!" Mara leveled pistol. Plot for relay boy. Jump window opens in 5. Captain hissed but complied. Hull groaned under fire. Salith unstrapped, staggering to aux console. "Father's network. I must signal proof. Wait." Mara checked scopes. Interceptors flanked, boarding pods launching. They're cycling airlock. Pods latched with metallic thuds, breaches hissed. Armed figures in Syndicate vac suits piled into outer lock, cutters sparking against inner seal. Soro paled. 20 hostiles. We seal and vent? Mara shook head. Grabbed pulse rifle from locker. Cover princess. I hold. She sealed bridge hatch, sprinted corridor. Airlock indicator flashed red. Cycle complete in 30. Footfalls echoed beyond. Mara planted mag boots, rifle braced. Come get her. Seal blew, smoke billowed. First thug lunged, vibroblade high. Mara sidestepped, rifle butt cracking helmet. He crumpled. Second pair fired stunners. Bolts sizzled past. Mara rolled, returned plasma burst. One dropped, armor melting. Other charged. She sidestepped, tripped him into bulkhead. Elbow strike to neck joint. Crack. He twitched still. Pods disgorged more. 10 now. Fanning corridor. Blaster fire chewed walls. Mara ducked behind crate stack. Heat blooming on shoulder pauldron. Princess secure. Soro's voice overcome. Good. Transmit now. Mara popped smoke grenade. Gray fog filled passage. She fired blind. Bursts dropping 2 silhouettes. Thug roared through haze. Axe swinging. Mara parried with rifle barrel twist-kicked knee. He folded. She stripped his breacher charge, slapped it on deck. Back off or fry. They hesitated. Mara thumbed detonator. Charge hummed. Retreat clanged. Pods detaching. Smoke cleared. Bodies littered. Airlock resealed. Bridge hatch cycled. Salith rushed forward. Datapad glowing. Transmission sent. Biometrics. Voice print. Irrefutable. Father's court receives live. Soro knelt by Mara, scanning shoulder. Burn only. Human skin. Holds. Mara waved scanner off. Routine. Freighter lurched. Relay buoy acquired. Jump drive whined. Dreadnought tractors clawed close, but countermeasures burst. Another human-tuned EMP. Locks fizzled. Stars streaked. Hyperspace swallowed them. Salith gripped Mara's arm. Scales flushed vibrant. You held alone. Against odds no Riksguard would face. Marked target. Don't leave him. Mara stood, wincing. Sorrow monitored scopes. Echo gone. Clean. Princess straightened, eyes sharp. Activated personal commoder seal pulsing. This is Salith Reich's air designate. I live. Rescued by Mara Vance, human specialist. She braved betrayal where allies failed. Pause. Father's voice replied, steel-edged. Daughter, coordinates? Secure line follows. But first, Commander Hesk Torva logged my abandonment. Vekran Kade brokered the trap. Initiate full inquiry. Cull the rot. Affirmative crackled. Salith turned to Mara. You are my sworn protector. Oath-bound. House Rix honors this. Mara blinked. Just the job. Sorrow's tendrils twitched. Human just. Torva's reputation shreds. Superiors demand logs now. Freighter captain grumbled from bridge. Dropped at core next. No charge for miracle. Mara checked scopes. Clear. But ping. Distant relay chatter. Torva's fleet scattering? Salith smiled faint. They abandoned me. Now explain how one human brought me home. Mara nodded. Loyalty's the equalizer. Engines hummed steady. Fringe dust faded. Core worlds loomed. Betrayers scrambled. But scopes flickered again. New signature. Torva's personal cutter vectoring hard. Vekran's ghost lingered. Race far from over.